YARNABY, despite its soft fabric texture, has metallic joints inside which makes its movements sharp and unnatural. This explains why it can instantly change poses and attack from the most unexpected angles. Baba Chops hates being called just Baba. In one of the game's recordings, there's a moment when a Playtime Co-owners employee accidentally calls her that. A few minutes later, horrifying sounds of struggle can be heard on the recording. She is one of the few nightmarish creatures that feels hunger. Her mouth can open wider than it seems. Huggy Wuggy was originally created as the perfect friend for children. He was designed to hug kids with his long arms, but due to errors in the experiment, his hugs became deadly. In the original concept, Huggy Wuggy was not supposed to speak. However, in the game files, there are cut audio files where he whispers creepy phrases. Harley Sawyer is the first person to become the main antagonist in Poppy Playtime. Unlike other enemies that were originally toys, he was a living human and a leading scientist at Playtime Co. before he became part of the experiment himself. His transformation into a machine was voluntary. He sees himself as the savior of humanity. Despite his creepy appearance and brutal methods, Harley believes that he is saving people by turning them into enhanced mechanisms that do not suffer from diseases and weaknesses. DOUGHMAN can revive other toys. In one of the files, it is mentioned that his dough possesses strange properties. If it covers a broken toy, it begins to move, but behaves aggressively and unnaturally. Its scent evokes a feeling of comfort and fear in people at the same time. DOUGHMAN has a strong aroma of fresh bread and dough, which is usually pleasant, but in the dark hallways of the factory, this smell creates a sense of something eerie and wrong. MAKO cannot swim. Despite being based on a shark, Maggie does not know how to swim. Her body is too heavy, and her arms are too short to move effectively in the water. Instead, she fears the water because her artificial skin becomes sticky and heavy. She is also afraid of the dark. Despite her predatory nature, MAKO does not like to be in complete darkness. In one of the remote dialogues, she mutters, "I hate it when the lights go out. How am I supposed to see my food then?" Baby RABIE is the only nightmare creature without hands. Unlike other characters, Baby RABIE uses her wings to move and grasp objects. She loves to watch other people's problems. Baby RABIE not only spreads gossip, but also takes pleasure in the consequences of her words, enjoying watching others argue because of what she said. Simon Smaug. His fangs and claws may sparkle. Due to his fiery nature, he sometimes leaves small sparks in his wake with sudden movements, making him even more striking. The smell of smoke is his signature. Unlike other nightmare creatures, he always carries the scent of wood smoke, making his appearance even more sinister. Ready for a challenge? According to statistics, only 3% of viewers manage to like the video and subscribe to the channel before the timer runs out. Write a comment if you made it in time. TOUILLE. His name is a reference to the famous dish ratatouille, as well as to the rat Remy from the animated film of the same name. Feels danger. His keen sense of smell and instincts help him avoid traps and trouble, making him an excellent scout. Afraid of cats, despite his boldness, Tweet is deathly afraid of any creatures that resemble cats, even if they are stuffed toys or drawn images. Po hates mirrors. She avoids looking into them and may suddenly break any mirror if she sees her reflection. No one knows exactly what scares her, but there's a theory that in mirrors she sees not herself, but something else. She has the ability to mimic other people's voices. Sometimes Po repeats phrases she hears with perfect accuracy, but without any emotion. This makes her a dangerous deceiver, as one might hear a friend's voice and respond to the call, only to find Po there instead. Allister Gator's teeth never stop growing. Like a real alligator, Allister's teeth are regularly renewed, but due to Playtime Co.'s experiments, this process has been accelerated, making his jaw look even more intimidating. Allister is afraid of the cold. Despite his intimidating appearance, he is sensitive to low temperatures. One of the records states that his body starts to slow down if the temperature drops below a certain level. Mommy Longlegs used children's voices to manipulate the player. During the chase, she attempted to appeal to the player's sympathy. Her design is inspired by the doll Betty Spaghetti. Her flexible limbs and color palette resemble the popular toy from the 90s. Miss Delight suffered from extreme paranoia. Due to hunger and isolation, she believed that the teacher sisters wanted to kill her. So she pretended to be dead and then killed and ate them first. This made her one of the most brutal victims of the experiments. Initially, CATNAPp was conceived as a toy to help children fall asleep by filling the air with the scent of lavender. However, due to a manufacturing defect, it began to emit red smoke, which induces nightmares, leading to a massive recall of the toys. Its red smoke not only causes hallucinations, but can also put the victim into a trance, projecting images that it desires to show. Friends, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make a video about boss deaths.